Good morning, everyone. I'm Sheeja Nair. I'm a storyteller and a teacher, and a warm welcome on a Saturday morning. For some of you, it's early morning, and I hope people from West, it could be evening or night. So, welcome all of you, and hope you will enjoy this 90-minute session happily, joyfully. So, as I told Eric, it's my imaginative story and a fictional story, but this is also a story which I see around. So, before beginning, I would like you all to watch this video.
About you, but only you know the truth. People can say
Can you all hear?
anything about you, but only you know the truth. It's easy for others to judge, criticize, or make assumptions based on what they see or hear, but they don't know your story, your struggles, your growth. They don't see the quiet moments when you're fighting battles within yourself or celebrating the small wins that nobody else notices. People will talk, and sometimes their words can hurt, but those words don't change who you are or what you've overcome. You hold the truth in your heart, in your actions, and in your experiences. When others speak about you, remember that their words are just their perspective, not the reality of who you are. The only truth that matters is the one you live every day. So, stay true to yourself, trust in your journey, and never let anyone's opinion make you doubt who you really are. Your worth isn't determined by what others say, but by your own understanding of yourself.
So, it's just to give an insight of what journey are we going to start. So, before that, a small exercise for you. Madana, how to go to the next slide is just not going.
People can say
Sheeja, go to the regular mode, click on the next slide and go for slideshow if you are finding it difficult.
Okay.
No, I think come out of slideshow.
Yeah.
If you like, if you're going to show a lot of slides, you can send the PowerPoint to me by email, and I can show it from my side.
Yeah, it's just a few slides.
Yeah, now it should work.
Again, it's going to the same old one.
You can't scroll
We want
down.
to see the slides, Sheeja.
You're not able to?
No, we saw the slides. Just a second ago, we saw slides.
Sheeja, go to the second slide and start the slideshow.
Yes.
Can you see the mother and the child?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I just want you to just look at the picture for a minute. Close your eyes. I want all of you to close your eyes for a minute. Look back. Look back at your struggles, hardship, situations, issues that you faced long ago and how you faced it with courage, confidence, and now what you have succeeded or faced it with courage. Any situations, any issues for that matter. It can be an issue or a situation or anything which has given you the courage to face life or happiness, joyous moment. Because our story is going to be based on that. I want all of you to relate with Maya's life. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much. When you look at this picture, what comes to your mind? Yes, Veena.
Oneness. Immediate.
Okay.
Love.
Love. Beautiful. Thank you, Vandana. Veena. It's a picture of a mother and the child. Here in my story. Yes.
Compassion.
Compassion.
The mother with the child.
Yes. 1 second. Indira. Okay. So.
Bonding.
Bonding. Here in my story, the character Maya, for us, is just a picture which gives lot of expression as you have expressed: bonding, love, compassion. For Maya, it's everything for her. It's a mother. So the love, it's like flowers in the garden. So for every child, for any child, this love and compassion is normal from the mother that we expect from the family. So Maya's life began that way. She was a very happy child. She wanted her mother to tell stories which happened every day. She shared stories with her mother about the school and shared the recipes with her mother, enjoyed a happy life. And the evenings, she held her father's hand, walked in the park, and also with her brother riding bicycle. It was a lovely journey for Maya. As we say, the fate had its own turn. Maya lost her mother due to an illness. And her father was not also able to cope up with that difficulty, and he stopped working and he got into depression. So Maya had to face the second phase of her life, as we all have. Maya didn't know what to do. Maya's life with lots of question mark. Why am I like this? What happened to my mother? Is my mother alive? Is she here? Where is my mother? Is my dad going to be the same way? Is he going to relate the same way like before? Where's my brother? Is he going to be the same? Why this to me? Why did God choose me? I didn't do anything. I was good to everyone. Why this to me? Why this to me? What should I do now? My mother is not there. That's what everyone says. But I believe my mother is with me. And my father, I don't know. He's not my father anymore. And me, I'm not that happy Maya anymore. God, why me? Why me? What should I do now? So this was the phase. At times, we all face. So Maya had to decide. That was the crucial point where Maya took up jobs, odd jobs, like cleaning, washing vessels, cleaning the house, doing all sort of chores in her friend's house to make money and to make the ends meet. She started dropping her brother to school in the morning, and the evenings, whenever she found time, she sat under the banyan tree. The shade of the banyan tree gave her joy and peace. Then the everyday things that she observed when she went to school, the playground, park, her friends, her teachers, which we all overlook, even she overlooked. It's just a casual thing which we see, but she missed now. That became her charm, serene, beauty, and that gave the second phase of her life. Wow, all this I miss. Oh my God, what a beautiful garden. This is the place where I used to come with my father every day. Oh my God, look at those children playing. I want to play with them too. Now, she started capturing all the visuals and memories she saw around as paintings. She saw joy. She found joy. She was so happy. She captured everything that she saw around. That was her unique talent she never even was aware of. She painted the raindrops. She painted the mountains, the lakes. She painted the sunset, the vibrant colors of the sunset, flowers. She captured everything she saw. And that's just not reality. That was the essence of her life. That gave her joy and strength to tread fast through the life. Now, Maya was encouraged by her art teacher to do more. She was so happy. Someone is there for her. There is something looking forward to. And she started painting everything. Once she painted the beautiful memory of hers, a father, a mother, and a child. And she captured, and that was the masterpiece for her. Later, Maya's fame, popularity spread everywhere because of the captivating details and the perspective with which she was painting. And her paintings were displayed in an art gallery. Later, she displayed her paintings in an expo, and she named it as the Windows of the World. Maya proudly stood with her paintings, which gave her the strength through the journey. She took a deep breath and looked back at her life with a smile. How she has faced the problems with courage, strength, and here she is with her unique talent, which has given her the life. And that was the third phase of Maya. From then on, there was no looking back for Maya. Friends, that's the story of Maya. How, with her unique talent, she was not even aware of her talent, which evolved with the trauma or the struggle that she faced. You may think it's just a simple story, but everyone has one Maya at some point of her life. As I change the mask, that shows different emotions, struggles, And the first one, the first mask represent just a blank mask with a lot of questions, not knowing what to do. And then when she got an answer through her painting, that was her second phase. So as I was telling the story, I didn't want to break because the flow will stop the listener and the narrator. So the same story can be told with different props. Here I used mask. So in Maya's journey, when Maya was sitting in the park admiring the view of the park flowers, Maya, this is another way where we can, as teachers or storyteller, when you are narrating the story to audience, to bring the connect with and to ensure that they're all with you, so you can show it as pictures. So as Maya was sitting in the park enjoying the view of the garden, the school, Maya was sitting in the park with a beautiful view, and she started playing with her friends all over the place. She saw her brother's friends too, and she enjoyed playing with them. That gave her joy and happiness. You know what? Maya picked some flowers, fruits, all that. Maya was so happy. By the end of the day, it was like a butterfly. Her life became so colorful and joyful. So that's one way of telling the story, so that you can have a connect with Maya. Or with a flower, Maya's life was like a beautiful flower. As she faced the struggle, her life, maybe you can show it how it became, you can color it with dark, or it became like a withered flower. She lost hope and lost courage. She didn't know what to do. So with the flower, you can tell. So that's it with my story. I want you to relate with Maya's story or any story that you think about. Take your time. See, when you are telling a story, when you see something, for example, if you see a lantern, now I can relate with many stories. Since I've started with Maya's story, and all my stories with the prop ends with Maya. So in Maya's story, her life was like a dim lantern. As she got the hope, it brightened. So it can be with a simple lantern, or for small children when you're telling the story. This is my favorite prop, which I use for storytelling. For stone soup story, I usually have a stone, and I hope you are all aware of the stone soup. Really, I enjoy the story, Stone Soup, where my children come around me to have a taste of the soup, and they also taste it and say, yummy. So that's the strength of imagination, where you take them to a different world. So since it is Maya's story, we can add, it's all imagination. Maya added some courage, strength, emotion, and her passion. And she started cooking, and she was just waiting. She started painting. So it's not cooking. She started painting beautiful things around her. The mountains, the landscapes, everything around her. Her father, her brother, her friends, everyone became part of her life. Now Maya, when she tasted her life, it was vibrant, beautiful. She can look back happily and say, yes, I endured with strength. Here she is. So this is my favorite prop. So can I give you all 5 minutes, or if you are ready, you can share any story story with the prop. It's here, it's the learning from you too. So I would love to hear your story with any prop. So for example, it can be a reflection. You can use a mirror or a photo frame where when you see the frame, you think about a friend who had faced a struggle and who has come up in life, or a joyful. It need not be only a person who is in, has faced struggle, challenges. It can be something beautiful. So I want you to take your time and look around anything, any object, without prop. You can, if you can relate. Just tell me how long you need. Yes, Krishnaveni ma'am. Definitely. Props add. Thank you, Krishna ma'am. Real, life to what we are saying. And with voice modulation, since it is an online session, I am not able to. So when Maya was crying, I don't know if you were able to hear the voice. So the questions in our mind, sometimes in life, we reach certain point of time where I'm not Sheeja, where I'm no more Sheeja, where I don't even believe this happened to me. And the first question that comes to me, us, why me? What did I do? So I just chose a simple story of success and courage. I named it as Maya. Maya is all Maya. So we don't know what is happening around us. Thank you so much for spending time, and I would love to hear your story. You can tell me how long you need.
Sheeja?
Yes?
I'm Sujata here, Sheeja.
Yes, good morning. Yes, Sujata.
Yeah, Sujata Suresh. Now only I switched on my video.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't switch on earlier. It is very nice. Eric said that, sometimes our bandwidth doesn't support us. Firstly, I would like to thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Firstly, you're so full of emotions. Wow. It is really, it feels that I'm in front of you. You're in front of me.
Thank you.
Right. It's very nice. I'd like to share, I'm into training and development. And so when you said, can you share a story? I actually share a story which is, for decision making. I put them in that spot. Can I share that? I am ready with.
Can you place your mic closer?
Is this better?
Yes.
Thank you so much. May I share?
Yes, of course.
All right. So this is my prop. All right. Two sweet young girls came and gifted me this in a wedding, but I'm going to use this. It's not a very pleasant thing what I'm going to share. All right. So this is about how we take actions. Sometimes the clarity of thought and clarity of role, how I prepare myself and how I take decisions. All right. And so, I share to people about what happened in Nagasaki and, the big bomb, the fat boy and the small boy bombs, 2 bombs were dropped. And so I tell them, what is the impact? Let's walk into the impact of it. There was a moment that many people died on the spot and many more died days later. What was the impact after a few years? Now you find that the people could not recover. Some of them were, the body was, it was really hurt a lot and they could not recover. But what happened even more painful is that some of their organs are missing. After the next generation, some of the organs are missing for some of them. I ask people, sometimes we are taking the decisions, and what kind of decisions are we taking? What is the impact? In that second, sometimes clarity can step in. And sometimes we have to prepare ourselves that in the role that we are playing, these are some of the decisions we have to take. So I tell them, you are the pilot who's going to drop that bomb, and I am your senior. Having spoken this, because I don't want to take too much of the time, I'm speeding up the process. So I tell the people, now I tell you, drop the bomb. We are over Nagasaki. I tell you, drop the bomb. I pause at this moment. People are stunned. They're just quiet because I have elicited the answers from them. And then I ask them, will you drop the bomb? Raise your hand. Those who come from army background, this has been my experience from defense background, they raise their hand. Most of them are struggling with that one decision. I tell them that this moment, I don't want you to experience a clarity in your decision. I want you to gain the clarity of what could happen once you take a decision. You make a person feel belittled. That time also, can you consider what you're doing? You hurt a person with your words because you feel they have not met your expectations. What are you doing with your life? How long are you going to live? How can your decisions be? What can be the theme of your decisions? I thank you for listening, Sheeja and the entire team. Eric, it's a joy being in your session. And Sheeja, it's wonderful listening to you. My
Thank you.
story, yes, the story is not conclusive, but it hangs on us every moment of our life as to what choice are we making. I thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sujata. That was a, kind of a deep thought that, is still in your mind, and it came out as a story. Beautiful.
You
Thank
gave
you
us
so
this
much.
opportunity, Sheeja. I'm very grateful to you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Friends, do you need time?
Sheeja,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, Reena. Yes.
Thank you so much for such a wonderful concept. I could immediately relate to Maya because I felt I was Maya. Because I also lost my mother when she was only 42 years. And we had gone through a lot of struggles because she was a heart patient and we were in America where she had gone and, heart operation. I was very small at the time when I was in the USA. I came back, but I could relate immediately, thinking, fearing. I was very small at the time. I think I was only 6 or 7. And I had to be kept home because at America at the time, children were not allowed in the school. And I had to sit back home. My father was a doctor. And I had to stay with a babysitter at home. And I was not allowed to see my mother. And the fear of, even if I was a 6-year-old child, the fear that I would not see my mother again was something which I felt like Maya. But at the time, I don't have a marks, but I'd like to wear a black glass,
Go on, Reena.
to bring that moment, my tears, when I think at this age that what I'd gone through, thinking of my father who was alone there, not in India, and he could not bring his parents or relatives, and we were all alone. I was only there with him. The trauma that had gone through my father and myself as a child, I couldn't see my mother for so long. And so I'd like to wear this as a mask to cover the pain and what I felt at that period. But then gradually I'd like to open this mask and come back to the period when we flew back to India again. And slowly, gradually, with the heart operation, she improved her life. And here I would like to use the prop of the flowers. It seems flowers were blooming again in my life. I came back. I had my school life and everything looked like this. beautiful blooming flowers. I was so happy once again to be back in school with my mother, but she had a little restricted life. But I thought that I must give her a lot of courage. I always wanted to go and stay in the hostel after my 10th, but it's for my mother that I could not go because I saw that it revived again. And in India at that time, they didn't have a second heart surgery. So that was always in my mind. I was hardly 18. And my mother was thinking of getting me married because she thought that any moment she might pass away, she will not see me getting married. I was just in class 10. At the time, again, I would like to wear this, thinking what will happen to me now again? Is it back to square one again? What I'm feeling, that fear, that moment. She was like my best friend. I was the only daughter. I had two brothers. Then I thought, must I get married even without completing my graduation? But she was hell-bent that she wanted to, because she knew that she would not live long. My father had taken her again to India, Vellore, but this time not for a second surgery. We stayed back home. I had to stay with my brothers. I couldn't leave them alone. I had to stay back with my grandmother, every day fearing. My brothers were young. It was I only will have to look after them. My father had taken with another doctor. What news? Will she come back this time? Will I see her? Then again, I'd like to open this. Flowers started blooming again in my life because the doctor said she would live only for 2 years. But with the care of my father, she lived for 6 years. And she could see me getting married after my PU, after my class 12.
Wow.
I got married for her. I thought I can do my graduation after I get married, but I want to see that smile on her face. And this is my mother. This is in America.
Okay.
She was singing a song. You can see BK Nehru is also.
Beautiful. She is very beautiful.
Yeah, she's wearing her Assamese dress. I'm from Assam. That's the Mekla Chadar. And there was an Indian who was from South India. He accompanied her.
Okay.
So yesterday, Shrija, I feel so good today that I'm able to share with you. When I was cleaning, I found this,
So
and,
nice.
and see, today I have this workshop where I can, my God,
I'm happy that you were able to find,
a space where I could share with all of you. I feel so much lighter, and now I feel much better, that she could see me getting married happily, and flowers are blooming again in my life. I got married. She was happy to see me getting married. She stayed hardly for 1 year, but then she passed away. But she saw me as a bride, which was her wish. And I'm back again, happily married. I did my graduation after I got married. I did my Montessori training. I did my B.Ed. I did everything after I got married because she told me, you will have to complete that. Even if I'm away, you must. So I have tried to live her dreams and make it alive. But after a few years, in 93, I lost my father also. But he saw us getting married, both my brothers as well. And he never remarried, even though everybody told him that the children were young. He lived for us. But during the tenure of my parents, I'd like to tell you, Shrida, we had a wonderful life and they died happy, seeing us well settled in life. Thank you so much for this concept of yours. I loved it. How with one prop also, when you showed the stone soup, you don't have to say about the stone soup, but putting all the emotions inside. Gradually, my God, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm so happy I could attend your workshop. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Same here, Veena. Thank you so much. And I thank you for sharing your emotion through the story. So where you can relate with Maya and how beautifully, just see how beautifully you have evolved from the mask that you wore to the blooming flowers. So it's lovely. It's actually you have taken us through the journey from where you were to now. It was so beautiful. You are a beautiful storyteller. I should thank you. Thank you, Veena. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful story. Very good. And I'm happy that you're able to, relate with Maya, and you've come out. Now you have come out of it. So that's what I said. It's when Eric asked, it's a fictional story, but somewhere in our life, Maya comes out in different phases where we are, what can I say? Where we are sort of in a confused mode, confused phase. Why this? Why this to me? So, thank you so much. Thank you, Veena.
When I saw your photo, that the first screenshot of the mother and the child, I immediately related that I am Maya. That's my mother. I miss her so much because she didn't see my children. So that is always there. But under God's will, we cannot do anything. She must be smiling from heaven.
Definitely. She is always with you. Definitely. So that's the power of storytelling. That is why you're able to share the emotion and relate with Maya now.
Yeah. Can I go next, Sheeja?
Yes,
Okay.
Lakshmi.
Okay, this is just something which occurred to me right when you were telling your story. So this is also a personal experience. And I'm at my mother's place in Bangalore, so I couldn't really find any props, but I thought with what is around, I will try to say what I feel. So this was about 10 years back. Actually, I am a musician. I sing, I perform, I teach music. So I had a setback with my voice. So the doctor said that just stop talking. So that was a time in my life where I felt this is what my life looks like. My throat felt like this. It felt dry. It felt arid. It felt as if it couldn't produce anything. I was kind of dying inside because for me, music was everything. It was my life. I felt without it, I was not complete. And it was a very tough period in my life. And then for 6 months to a year, the doctor said, you can't sing. So for me, singing was the way that I connected to everything. And without that, it was like I was swimming in an ocean and I didn't know where I was. I was totally lost. And at that time, it was my daughter who showed me that there is the river and there is the bank on the other side. And I had always been fond of baking. So she said, get into it. Do what you like doing. So, and actually, it was a time when I was having quite a few health setbacks, and I was also diagnosed with diabetes. So I started experimenting with healthy ingredients. I started doing millet-based stuff and everything. And everyone around, I used to bake a lot, and this looked like it was the sun was again rising in the horizon, that I could see that there was something positive for me to look forward to. And then my daughter said, why do you want to bake just for family and friends? You should make a business out of it. Everyone should taste what you make. It's so nice. They should all experience it. And so then I started my own brand called Chucky Bakes.
Wow.
And today I bake with millets and whole grains. And yeah, I think when something happens in your life, first thing is you try to seek something positive. But mostly it is someone who's close to you who gives, who puts an idea in your mind and, that germinates into something, and that makes you look at the positive side. Because once you get into the vortex of negative, you feel there is nothing to look forward to. So yeah, I felt that was the thing that brought me out of my vortex of negativity and made me look at life positively. And beautiful, the way you use the props. I was totally inspired by what you did. It was a lovely session.
Thank you. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you for your beautiful story. And I could see Maya and 9 storytellers here who are able to relate to your own life. It was beautiful. So from, which has given you the strength to what you are, who you are. Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lakshmi.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Can I go next, Sheeja?
Yes, Vandana.
Really, your props, like you have come prepared with props, but you had given us nice ideas of what we can use around by seeing Veena, then Lakshmi ma'am, and so many people. I have a few pebbles around me.
Okay.
I'm going to try to weave my own, like a story about not
Sure,
very close to Maya, but then you can say Maya's journey.
Okay.
And I'll reveal whose story it is all about.
Okay,
So
so
this
what
is
do you have?
what I have on my table, and there are a few pebbles here.
Okay. Okay.
A few pebbles.
Okay.
So I'm going to just focus the laptop camera. If I could do, I
Sure,
can just
absolutely. Yes.
focus.
So,
I'm just going to try with your ideas and suggestions. I'm not a very good storyteller.
I would
Please
be
excuse me
happy.
if I'm not very, like, no, I have a modulating tone or, okay, I'm just going to try.
With your pebbles and the toys that you have, you are just relating to Maya and you're bringing your emotion. Because as I said, we all we all at one point of time, we become Maya, where we have a lot of questions in our life. So you can weave. I'm just looking forward for your story. You can weave your story. Do you need some time or are you ready?
No, I think I had enough time to think about what I had to talk.
Superb, superb.
Can you see my desk? Can you see my hands?
Yes, Vandana.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Maya, I'm using your own name, Sheeja,
Okay.
your character.
Go ahead.
Maya started her life, school, college, and those days, this is 30 years back when Maya was in her 20s, and she wanted to become an IT professional. She went to college, she went to school, college, then she finished her graduation in computer science, and she was pursuing for her higher studies the masters in computer applications. Because those days, we being in South India, going to US was a big struggle. Like, you go to US, you earn good money, everything. So that was my passion. Then so I started doing my higher studies. I joined my masters in computers, but there came the break where I had to take a turn, branch out. South Indians, they get us married in an early age. So I had to get into the family side, getting married and shifting from my place everywhere. And then came the kids, then taking care of the kids. And it was like my journey was going on, like with a lot of branches around. But still, I had that passion of continuing my IT, pursuing my career in the IT. So I was still continuing that too, branching out. I did my certificate courses in testing. Those days testings were in the bloom, so I did everything. But still I couldn't find, being in an IT industry, managing the family and the career was a big challenge, so I couldn't pursue even that. And where I met one of my colleagues. She showed me the way of getting into the educational industry. Then she called me to teach in a school. So my life took a turn into the teaching industry. But I was just continuing in the same path, thinking that probably let me explore these areas too. That's where I learned that was my passion, that was my strength, and that was what my cup of tea was all about. And finally, I started my own school. When I look back, can you see, this is like a tree. See, all those paths all those path had branches had led me into my final destination, which I realized later. So never late, never late than before. So this is a tree. So these branches has helped me build my career and my destination. uh, so this is where we stand now. So this beautiful Maya is with all her smiles looking back, and all these negatives have now positives and has given her all the strength, and the strength is the foundation, and it is now standing proudly there. So I hope I've used the props in a proper way.
Beautiful,
I don't
beautiful.
know.
Vandana, beautiful. So
Thank you.
you are, see now, I was just waiting for the image to come out, and you know how beautifully you have imagined with the pebbles in hand, and so you know you're able, your own story, you are able to relate with those pebbles. So here comes Maya again. Excellent, lovely.
Thank you.
Good.
That's what,
So,
like, I was when you were using the props, and then I saw everybody, Vinama, using the flowers and these goggles. So we thought, like, why can't we try this? So,
so nice.
one
So,
question to you, Sheeja.
Yeah.
Like, see, in a play school, like, we need to narrate a lot of stories and things.
Yeah.
I always have this confusion in me, like, when we use props, do the children get distracted, or like, you know, how do we choose the props? Is it age appropriate? Or I always used to think, if it's going to be very colorful, will the child get distracted from the story which I'm actually trying to narrate? Or how do we choose the props? This is always a big question mark in me.
Yeah, as you said, it is age appropriate, and definitely the props are not for distraction, to getting the connect towards you. So when you are in a journey, I would say, always love to say journey, story, they are with you. So to bring your connect, I could have just told the story just like that, but this, I think this would have made all the impact, the mask. Same way, so since it's adults, this mask, or when you're telling small children, so you can use pebbles to gain their attention. And when it is for bigger children, based on if a stone soup story cannot be told to I know maybe higher secondary, I don't think they would enjoy it. But if they have the passion for inclination towards story, anything, you know, but if you just ask me generally, it is age appropriate. Stone soup story is only for small kids, small children. For your play school, I think, you know, you could choose you know, a list of stories where and props. For I would suggest, when you have your own story and you know the level of children, you can choose the prop. You don't have to design the prop and then tell the story. See, for example, for a small child, for your play school, see, this is some name. You can, this is a beautiful girl. See how beautiful she is? Look at her. So you can start. So it's just, it has to be spontaneous. So you don't have to choose the prop. Choose your story and plan the prop. And yeah, so it can be, it is age appropriate, but for those who have the stone soup story, I can tell you all, you will enjoy it, because I think you're all beautiful storytellers, where immediately you're able to relate to Maya and find props around you and tell. Beautiful. So I hope you have answered your question, Vandana.
Yes, Sheeja. Yeah.
Thank you, Vandana. Thank you for, you know, the lovely journey that you have taken us. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to hearing.
How do we practice this modulation, and, you know, like the voice modulation? That I think that plays a major role in when you.
I think yeah, that may require another workshop where I could, because you know, it is a connect and the emotion that you carry. So even again, you know, the prop is to bring you to the story. Same way when I change my voice. So now you are with Maya and you are in the, you know, you are Vandana and you're telling the story. Now I am not Sheeja. So I have become a storyteller. So I use all, but if it's a physical, you know, one-to-one, you can see me moving all around. So it's, you know, so once you are into it, I think, and the voice, depending upon the, I think you can by practice. In front of the mirror, I always say, and I will always do that in front of the mirror. Yes, Eric.
Could I say a word about voice modulation?
Yes, Eric.
Yes. Well, first of all, as you've said, it's not just voice; it's also body. The way you move to illustrate, you're making gestures to illustrate or to emphasize. So so that body language is also important. But voice modulation really seems to refer to like a knob, more volume, less volume, high pitch, low pitch, faster, slower. These are decisions, but another big part of this is acting. Acting cannot be reduced to a knob, to numbers. Acting is when you get into the character and you inhabit that character and you speak and move as that character. So that's an important part of the process too. And I've realized that even when we are narrating a story, we often play a character. Like the narrator will say, and the boy was very scared. So at that moment, I'm both the narrator and the character. Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. When Eric is there, we have the answer for everything.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Eric.
Sheeja, please carry on. This is the only workshop this morning. After this workshop, we break for lunch. So take as much time as you like.
Okay. Yes, Sindhu ma'am. Go ahead. Yes, Sindhu ma'am.
1 second. Can you start my video? Can you start my video? I'm not able.
Let me try.
Yeah.
Now, can you start your video? The host is asking you, is inviting you to start your video, but maybe
I'm not able to. Can I use my pixel alone, sir? Then I cannot show my props.
Just speak. Just speak.
Yeah.
I'll just use my voice. It's saying I have to go to the settings, so it will be complicated. Let me
Sindhu, just check whether if you're on your laptop, please check if the F6,
I'm in
F8.
I'm in mobile, Vandana.
Okay, you're in mobile. And probably can you check your settings?
I have to go to my settings, Zoom settings or
video settings.
That will be, can I use my voice? That might take some time.
Fine. Okay.
Fine.
Yeah. Good morning, Sheeja. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Good morning, Lakshmi, Sujata. These are the friends I have got through this session. Wonderful to hear Sheeja's lovely and such a compassionate story. And I'm also going to narrate a story very much similar to Maya's. That's what Sheeja did. But mine, the name is not Maya, it's Diya. Shall I?
Sure. Go ahead, Sindhu.
Now we have Diya. She is 7-year-old. And she had a lovely family. Mom, dad, she and her brother. They were all living in a picturesque house. A very beautiful house, a small house, but catered to all their needs. It had a vast space. The house was in the middle of a huge space. And around the house, there were mango trees, coconut trees, flowering plants, which mother and father had planted. They even had 2 cows, 1 dog, and a few chickens. And it was a lovely life this 7-year-old Diya was leading. She had a 3-year-old brother. And they were all having a wonderful, lovely a dream-like life. And our Dia had to, she was in 3rd standard at the time when this story is being narrated. She was in 3rd standard and she had to travel by train to reach her school. Her father had put her in a school which was away from where they were living. She had to travel almost half an hour to reach that school. And the journey Dia had to travel, it was really she enjoyed it. She traveled with eminent personalities who lived in those times. She traveled with her friends. She could see different people, different scenes, vendors coming inside the train, inside the compartments, and people who could sing beautifully coming inside the compartment. And by the time the train took her to the station where she had to alight, she didn't feel like getting out of the train at all, but she had to because she had to reach the school. And while returning, she came with all her friends who stayed nearby, and in this way our Dia was having a wonderful life. So like Maya's life, Dia's life also, I could relate it. It was like a garden, her life was like a garden. A lot of flowers, a lot of beautiful butterflies which Sheeja drew, something like that. Lot of flowers, butterflies, honey, nectar, everything was there in her life. It was so beautiful. And all of a sudden, for Maya, things changed. What happened? What happened in her life, you might ask? Just like Maya's mom, Dia's mother, very vibrant, charismatic, loving, compassionate, what not adjectives Dia could use to describe her mother. This wonderful young mother, all of a sudden, she fell sick. And this illness was not physical. It was not, it was not a disease or anything like that, but it was more related to mental illness. All of a sudden, Dia's mother is becoming ill and the whole family is shattered. Dia's young father didn't know how to tackle the situation. The children didn't know how to face the situation. Dia was very young. She was 7-year-old and her brother was 3-year-old baby. Dia even didn't know what was happening in her life. This wonderful garden-like life was becoming shattered. The flowers were getting trampled. The butterflies were getting killed. There was no more nectar in Dia's garden. Everything was getting dried up. All because this young mother became sick, ill. And the mother couldn't take care of Dia or the household or the brother. Nothing the mother could do. So Dia's father was, he also couldn't relate to the situation. He didn't know whose help to seek. Of course, Dia's mother was given medication, but that couldn't bring Dia's mother quickly back to life. That is what the father expected. The father thought that it will bring Dia's mother quickly to life, back to life, but it didn't happen. The medicines had its own toll on the mother, and it had to take its own time. But luckily, very luckily, Dia's family were surrounded by very, very loving people. They were surrounded by friends, not family members, because Dia and her parents and her brother were living away from their family, from their extended family. And so, but Dia's mother and father had very supportive parents, very supportive friends who helped Dia's father so much during this trying moment, that Dia's father, Dia's mother, with the help of these lovely people who helped the children also to cope up with this very difficult situation, trying situation in their life. Once again, they could come back to life. Once again, life started blooming for them, like Maya's garden. Once again, the light came up in their life. And once again, flowers started blooming, butterflies started flying, nectar was there in the garden, and Dia got her life back. And mother never went back to that situation where the children did not know what to do. They were wonderstruck. They didn't know the path, what path to tread on. That situation, this family never got back, all because of the loving people Dia's father and mother had around them. Thank you. Thank you, Sheeja.
Thank you, Sindhu. Beautiful, and it is very deep. And this journey very emotional in the beginning. And I think you're blessed to have people around who love you, and you're back on track. Beautiful, beautiful. And even though we were not able to see your video, your voice. So again, I think I'm fortunate to have beautiful storytellers. So once again, you have related with Maya, very deep and lovely. Thank you so much, Sindhu. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I would like to share also with you because you're amazing, beautiful, wise women here, and it's a great space to share the stories like Maya, and it's also part of my personal story. Because when you show us the picture of mama and the daughter, I couldn't relate with my mom because she was always like a flower, but rather like a stem. So I couldn't find the flower. I couldn't find the flower as I was a kid, and later I didn't know she was very rational, down to earth, and practical woman. Yeah, struggling life, but I had no idea she will ever bloom. And yeah, so I was wondering, where is this flower, where it can be? And I was walking and walking, and but at one point, when she separated with my father, she turned out from me. She couldn't even, I couldn't even have access to her, and we lost the contact for 10 years. I was looking into the stem, into the roots, okay, of the flower, of the stem. Where are the roots? What's the problem inside? What's the problem behind? I would look, I think, even in the darkest place you can imagine, into the water of the source of our family. I was walking, looking inside. I was going inside to look what's really, who is this person, who is my mom, and so who I am the same. So that was amazing journey to look for my roots, her roots, my family's issues, the trauma of the Second World War and but the generation. So I was going and looking and looking and looking, and there finally there was not only me, there was also my family supporting me, my kids also very in a beautiful way. They helped me somehow to have to renew the access, to have the access to her. So finally, at the end, when my son gave me the idea, Mama, you cannot be so happy all the time. You have to lower your energy when you go to mama, when you go to your grandma, to my grandma. You have to lower your energy because you are such a contrast to her. And I said, okay, yeah, that's a good lesson. So I went to her. I lower my energy. I was sorry. I was crying. I was, very sad. And then slowly, 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 the flower appeared. And I don't know, it was a huge journey. It was a huge journey for both of us. But now I know she's a flower. She can bloom. And we have a great connection right now. Thank you.
Beautiful. How will I call you, Agnes? Is it
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful, lovely. So as I said, I have it's a learning from you how beautifully you're finding your journey to find your mother, to connect with your mother. How you showed so beautifully, reaching out to the vast, deep, and with those, the cutouts of beautiful, very nice. The
Thank you.
journey, yeah, very nice. Excellent.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you for making this space. That's amazing. And it's beautiful. Women around. Thank you.
Yes, very nice.
It's
How
nice,
even,
Agnes. Yeah. Even I
yeah,
like the way the cutout was made. Like,
and the way how she related her journey to find her mom through from the root to the the flower, and finally she found the flower. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
That's an amazing journey.
Thank
Very
you.
nice. Very nice.
Lovely, lovely.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. I said it's beautiful women, gathering.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
here too, as well.
Without Eric, it's not
Yes.
possible. So
Can I tell relating to my mother?
yes, Eric.
It's not a fictional story, but my mother passed away in 92, which is what, 32 years ago. But I still think of her every day. And this is an object that she gave me. It's a nutcracker, and it's associated with a ballet, which in the U.S. is performed every Christmas time. Because my mother was a dance teacher and also an editor of a magazine about dance for many years. So my mother was very supportive. I remember once when she would organize an annual concert at the school where she was the head of the dance department. First she was at the magazine, then she left there, then she went to the school. But one time at the annual concert, she said to some lady during intermission, many times young people need support. And I don't know if she meant emotional support or financial support, but I was just listening, and I liked it. And I felt that my mother always gave me support. So anyway, I still have this nutcracker, and it reminds me of my mother. That's all.
Thank you, Eric. Beautiful. So we could see, it's again even more deeper when you still have that, the gift that your mother gave, and it's just down the memory lane for you to relate with Maya. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Eric. Are you still there? You want to share, or we can call it a day?
Well, there are 14 of us in the session, and 5 of us have our cameras on, so 9 have their cameras off. I'm sure they've enjoyed the session. Well, 1 or 2 people spoke even with their cameras off, but I guess this is the last call for people who have their cameras off. If you'd like to speak, this is your chance. Oh, there's some messages in the chat section.
Hello, this is Krishnaveni.
Yes, Krishnaveni. Good
The
morning.
session is so wonderful.
Thank you.
Generally, I am not very good at storytelling. Actually, when you spoke about Maya, many things came up to my mind. be it my friends and family members. Many people came to my mind. It's a nice journey that you beautifully connected, and the I need to mention about Vandana. She beautifully connected to that tree, and I'm not Sujata ma'am with her new business, and the other person, I'm not able to
Veena,
remember. Veena. Even
Veena.
her journey, it was so nice. I mean, it they beautifully related with the prop and they expressed. It's so nice, ma'am. Thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Krishnaveni. Thank you so much.
I always used to think, Sheeja, like uh, it will be very nice if we connect our topics of subjects that we teach to children with stories around. Like it will be more interesting and like this Maya's journey and the different props that I've used, like Agnes has used beautiful stem with a flower. So I think with science and storytelling can also go together. Like how does a flower bloom? So I think that's a great idea of we teachers relate the topics with the story, which will become more interesting for the children to imbibe.
Definitely, yes.
So that's a very
Even I
nice.
got this idea when uh, uh, when she spoke about the World War. That ma'am, I'm not able to remember her name. That
Sujata, I
actually,
think.
how mindful of our attitude also should be. It's a nice this thing. As a teacher, we have to instill such good values in their mind. See, the wars are happening by the educated mass. It's not by the uneducated people. So it is our duty to educate the upcoming generation.
Definitely, Krishna. And story is a very strong tool which we
Yes.
can use it.
Regarding story for teaching and learning, I'm leading a workshop 7 hours from now on that very topic, 7 p.m. India time. Oh, and I wanted to show this a close-up. You see, it's a man, and you put the nut in here, and you pull it together so it cracks the nut.
Oh, lovely, nice. Oh, very nice. So nice. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Eric. So I think we should be fortunate to attend Eric's session of when is it again? Can you tell me the time?
Tonight at 7 p.m., which
Tonight.
is 7 hours from now.
Okay.
Can we join with the same link?
Yes. Okay, Sheeja, it was a wonderful workshop, and you found your right audience, your right participant.
Yes, that's in that way. I'm with your leadership and my set of audience now today. It's not audience, we are together. We just weaved one full story where I started the journey with Maya and we ended it with, I think, Krishnaveni. So beautiful. And thank you so much. And I think I'm blessed to have such a lovely audience who could relate so well. And even Agnes, finding her flower and Vandana with pebbles, Veena, how she, started with the glasses and with the flowers, and Sindhu, even though without the video, she was able, her journey through the train, we could imagine. When Sindhu narrated, I was just, in imagination in the train journey. And Lakshmi, Sujata, thank you so much. And the others who attended. Thank you so much. And I hope you all enjoyed today's session and have a nice weekend. Eric, over to you.
Yes, it seems the props are metaphors for elements of the story.
Yes, yes.
Exactly. What I wanted to mention, it's amazing approach I learned, because usually when I think about the story and the objects I want to use, they are related to the story directly. Like, for example, this is the spoon, so I operate with the spoon, and this is the, yeah, so there are objects. And they are sometimes helping with following and relating to the story. But this is really great approach that you can make a metaphor with the object. So you can make a metaphor of all the story and all, and you even can provide simultaneously uh, the story, and by this image, by this prompt, yeah. So it can be like going into two ways of concentration. That's really amazing. I learned this is
Definitely.
something very inspiring for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And you were
Thank
able
you.
to immediately pick on that, and you started your journey into the finding your mother. So that was
Yeah,
beautiful with your prop. So whatever you had around, you were able to.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's the beauty of storytelling. Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
thank you.
thank you, Sheeja. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank
Eric.
you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir. Thank you, Eric.